get your first touchdown? Describe it.
A lot of people don't know this, but that's my first touchdown since my junior year of high school. So it was pretty fun. I mean, the fans were incredible. It was everything everyone hyped it up to be, and more. So it was fun.
What about that big play on the last drive, the 49-yard game?
When plays like that happen, it just comes down to instinct. You don't think a whole lot; it just happens. Just want to give the glory to God because I worked hard to get here, but I wouldn't be here without Him. So.
What happened to the offense after that first touchdown? Did that offense even disappear for a while? What happened?
Every game there's ups and downs, there's ebbs and flows. So I think once we started making plays again, we just started flowing together. But first half was great. Every game you're going to hit some lows, but we powered through it, so it was good.
Dawson, how often do y'all work on that tight end sweep? I feel like I'm taking a couple people by surprise in the stadium.
Yeah, we worked on that a lot this week. Josh did great giving me the ball, and there was some great perimeter blocking too. So it was an easy run, so it was fun.
What do you think of your first experience inside the stadium?
Oh, it was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Like that type of energy the players feed off of, and we can really feel it when the fans do that. So I think they have more of an impact on the game than they realize. So it was really fun.
Dawson, you said first touchdown since junior year of high school. Did you ever think you'd have a drought like that?
Honestly, I never thought about it. I just took it game by game. If they needed me to score, I would. But yeah, it's funny. Last time I scored I was a junior back in the day. I think it was like 2013. Yeah, 2013.
What was the first thing that someone said to you after that long pass in that Gatorade touchdown? After your angry run?
It was just a lot of encouragement, a lot of uplifting from the teammates. Like, our team's incredible. I had a drop earlier in the game that they were right there by my side too, they were still trying to encourage me, keep my head, up. And then after that play, it was really fun just to have that energy come back and everybody celebrate.
You mentioned that drop earlier, that an area of your game that, you've got to pay a little bit more attention to and leading up to next week and going forward.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's always areas I can work on. That's definitely one of them after a couple drops. So I'm going to continue to get with Josh, continue building that chemistry, and make sure that doesn't happen.
But to be able to come back and make as big of a play as you did in the fourth quarter after that and not, let it impact the rest of your game, how important was that for you to be able to block it out and move on?
We just have a mentality on offense, just play the next play. So if something bad happens, you can't think about it because it'll affect the rest of the game, and that's, the last thing you want. So you really just have to have a short memory when you're playing football, so that's kind of what I try to do.
Dawson, do you have to consciously decide that you're going to truck somebody like that? Does it have to be a decision?
As bigger guys, we don't have as many quick juke moves as a lot of other guys like Isaiah McKenzie and Smoke, but, sometimes you just got to lower the pads and get as many yards as you can.
What does that feel like? Especially knowing how the crowd was up, your team needed a lift. A couple guys said that, they jumped off the bench on the sideline defensively. To be able to provide that for this team, especially as a rookie, first home game, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. Every week, there's no telling how many plays I'm going to get. If it's 1 or if it's 50, I'm going to try to get in there and do my job. Thankfully, this week we worked on a lot of plays that the tight ends get the ball, and thankfully we called them and we could execute. On the touchdown, I think my grandma could have caught that pass, so it was just really well executed from the start.
Did you take us through that final drive and what the message was in the huddle as you guys were down?
We're just doing what we do in practice. Trying to do everything right. Work hard every play. Whatever coach called, we try to do it right, and that's what we did.
What was the difference between the first half when you're moving the ball to the second half where things were really a struggle?
You got to understand NFL ball. It's tough. This game tough. But we just kept our head down, kept fighting. Offense, defense, special team. We stayed one, and we got the job done.
Frank, how much did you feel the crowd today?
Oh, man, I love it. Great fans, man. Great fans. Now we just got to keep working, get better, learn from our mistakes when we watch the film tomorrow, and keep moving.
Could you describe some of those inside runs? You hit them on a couple traps that really popped, kind of quick hitters. What went right there?
Our coach did a great job. O-line, got on their guard. Our receivers did a great job downfield, and I tried to do my best to get yards.
The touchdown run at the end. It's like 3 tight ends. Here we come.
We're a tough team. We built tough. We work hard every day. Since I got here this all season, I saw it as a great locker room. And hard-working team, and we just try to do the right thing. That's getting better each day.
Frank, any of while giving credit to the other team, anything fundamentally, attitude-wise, as to why second week in a row now we've seen second half, especially third quarter, some struggles offensively?
It's football. That's an NFL team on the other side, and they gonna make plays. We gonna make plays. The main thing, we got the job done. We got the win, and that's the main thing.
Maybe be thrust more into the spotlight by making those plays to the outside world. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I just care about what my coaches and my teammates think of me, and you guys that have been covering me for the last 3 years know what I bring to the table. But just so fortunate enough, guys don't take notice to our defensive backroom or to our defense. So it's just something that we live with. But as long as we continue to win and continue to put up great stats and continue to win for this city, I feel like I'll be fine.
Trey, you've been pretty critical of yourself over the last couple weeks in your own play. How would you evaluate what you did today on the field?
I mean, it was the same as the other 2 weeks. I mean, I was able to get my hands on some balls. That was the only thing. The Giants game, I was always in position, but I just didn't make the play. We was in deep zone where guys was catching the ball in front of me. It's something that I can't do about it. So fortunate enough today, they threw it deep enough into my zone. I was able to make plays on the ball. So that was all.
What about the atmosphere of this stadium for Week 1?
You know what our fans bring to the table. We have pretty much the best fans, the best fan base in the world. Those guys bring so much energy to us, and they pretty much get us pumped up each and every drive. So we're very fortunate enough to have an atmosphere like this.
That's a good football team, man. You got to give them credit. They a very, very good football team, man. They know they started scheming us in the second half. We couldn't stop them. I think it was the fourth quarter. We couldn't stop them. We felt like we did some things in the first half to kind of shut them down, but they came out ready to go in the second half, moving the ball a little bit more on us. And credit goes to them, man. They made adjustments, and we weren't able to stop them, and they got some big plays on us.
How'd you make that final interception? What happened on the last play?
We were tired. we were gassed. It was hot out there, and it was kind of a high throw. Obviously they're a little gassed also. They're going for a long drive. I don't know if fatigue, whatever. Ball sailed a little bit, hit out the receiver's hands. I was able to get a hand on it also, and my dog Tre'Davious came down with it. Just big, man. Big takeaway. Fourth quarter takeaways kind of too, man. Great day by him. Just being around the football. Defensively, we felt like we took strides again today, but we got a lot to work on.
Talk about the Dawson Knox play. How much of a lift was that for you guys?
He's a beast, man. When you're a defense and you see that stuff coming from the offense, I think everybody jumped off the bench and was excited. Crowd went wild. Shout out to the Bills Mafia today. They were we couldn't even hear each other on the field. I'm standing next to Poe. I'm 5 yards from Poe, and I couldn't hear anything he was saying. So that's huge, man. In the fourth quarter, I know it was affecting them also. Even though they had no pre-snap penalties, it was still affecting them a little bit. On third down, they ran some routes that we didn't even recognize because I think communication was a little messed up. And that's just a credit to Bills Mafia. And go back to your point though. Great play by Dawson.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Didn't lead to points, but the fumble you forced, the rake out of as you're tackling the guy, it's kind of a textbook rake out, right?
We talk about going for the football a lot in practice. He caught the ball, had it in his inside hand. I was able to, I thought I almost had the pick. I was a few inches away from having the pick, getting my hand on it. He was able to catch it, kind of make the guy miss, and the ball was in his right hand, so I just came over. I secured the tackle and just stripped it out. Credit goes to the coaches on that. They preach a lot in practice about getting to the football and trying to get it out. And, I just practicing that way, just able to do it.
No matter how
Tre'Davious defensive snap, you looked like you changed. It was a sack by Kevin. He's over here on the slot receiver.
Yeah.
And then right before the snap, it looked like you pulled him all the way over.
Yeah.
Was that like a what happened?
There's a little miscommunication on us pre-snap, thinking different calls.
But it wound up fooling them.
It did. I think he was so confused because I'm showing down. I'm yelling at Kev. I think he was trying to hear what I was saying because I'm just going crazy. Kev looked at me, gave me the thumbs up, and I'm like, no, don't give me a thumbs up. Get over here. And so, it was a little miscommunication pre-snap. Yeah,
you should just say I had it all figured out and it worked the way I
wanted. No, that's not. It was not intended to do that.
But the late change messed him up.
Late change did mess him up, and he was able to come off the edge and get a sack.